Hello everyone. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to customize your WordPress website. We're going to learn how to create content with blog posts, pages, and much more. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started, I would like to mention that this video is a continuation to the Create a Website with VPS Hosting video. So if you guys haven't watched that, click on the information icon to check it out. Also, I would like to mention that any products shown will have affiliate links pasted in the video description down. So with the website we've been working on, it was johnbrown.xyz. So let's go back to that website. As you can see, there's nothing really, because the only thing we've done is install WordPress onto the domain. So to actually start customizing it, we're just gonna log in. So you would just usually click on the domain in the search bar, and then you would just put /wp admin. So we can basically log in into our website. So just if you remember your credentials, just use those. So for me, it's John Brown, and then my password. Okay, cool. So this is basically the entire dashboard of WordPress. So as you can see, it does look pretty complicated for most users who start out, but over time, when you get used to using this interface, it's going to be really easy to just navigate and just like know what you're doing. So you main focus is to look on the left hand sidebar. This is where you have basically the basic functionality of what you can do. So here we can go to our dashboard, home updates, check for updates, check our blog post, media, which is what photos we uploaded to the website, pages, what pages we have, which are like permanent posts, comments, if anyone commented on your website on certain posts or pages, appearance, how you want to customize, what themes you want, plugins. This basically adds more functionality to the website. Users, so it's like people who actually are logged in and like who has admin rights, who can change it. But for now, it's only us, so it's only one person who's logged in. And tools and settings, which is pretty straightforward. So we're if we go back to the main page, this is basically a pretty blank page. There's nothing, and it's because we don't really have any pages. So if we just click on pages, as you can see, we have a sample page because that's what's given to us. So we actually need to add one for ourselves. So to that, all we have to do is just click on add new. And this basically loads up like some sort of template, so you can actually start writing content. So for our first page, let's just call it awesome page. And here's actually this is where we can write content for our page. And on the left hand sidebar, right here, add block, we can actually choose what type of content we're gonna display. So we can just use a paragraph, which is just basic text. We can paste an image, a gallery, so like a set of photos, quotes, a file, cover, basically anything they need. You can even paste code. It was right there. Yeah, code, short code, anything you want. But for now, we're just gonna write we're just gonna write a paragraph. So let's just write hello, this is my first page. Hopefully this is great. So once you're done writing content for your page, what you would have to do is just click on publish. If you actually don't want to publish it, which I understand because maybe it's not finished yet, it's not finished yet, you can actually click on save draft. So it does save your changes, but it doesn't actually post it on the actual website. So so if you just save draft, the page will actually not exist until you click publish. Clicking on publish finalizes your content and actually goes onto your website. So since we're actually done here, we're just gonna click on publish. It might ask you a couple times, and right here, the green bar, it did publish our page. So let's just view the page. As you can see, here's our first page. I know that this looks kind of it doesn't look like it doesn't look like the page that we kind of want, like a customized one, but we'll go over that later in the video. So I want to note down how to fix our permalinks. We actually want like something like johnbrown.xyz/awesome page, and to do that, we're gonna go back to the dashboard. We're gonna click on settings, and right here, click on permalinks. So for that option, we're gonna click on post name, and we're gonna click on save changes. So if we go head on over back to that awesome page, we're gonna click on it, and we're gonna view the page. As you can see, the URL link is actually right after our main domain name. So yeah, that's basically a simple way to like show exactly what the name of your page is about. Also, before we go on any further, let's actually install a theme so the website can actually feel well structured. To that, we're just going to click on the dashboard. We're going to go on appearance, and we're just going to add our own theme. And I usually would recommend for starters to pick a theme called 2014. 2014. Oh, actually, I think it was called 2012. Yeah, this one right here. Just click install. And then you wouldn't want to click on activate. And once it's activated, we can actually go back to our website, see how the website would look like. As you can see, it does look much more well structured. So on the right side, we can look at the recent posts, which is, they're just sample posts. So it's not actually they're not actually posts that we've made. Same thing with comments, archives, and categories that we haven't created. So it's considered uncategorized, and metadata, which is not that important, to be honest. So when you look over the website, you can actually start to see how it actually organizes itself before we actually ever touch it. So right now we're actually on the home page, since you can tell it's kind of bold right here compared to the other menu bars. So this right here, the home page is usually marked for the blog post. So the homepage will serve as a blog post page. So you can see this blog post is called Hello World, and this is the content of it. We just click on it. We can actually see we actually see how it's structured. So this is the content of the blog post, and right below it, it's actually is actually a comment. And obviously this is generated by random, so it's definitely not from a real user. And below here you have a comment box, so that anyone who visits your website can actually leave a comment, and you can actually view it afterwards. So going back to the homepage, I want to actually explain on this content bar. So this content bar is actually a place where you can place all of your pages. So obviously we recently created a page called Awesome Page, so we just click on it. As you can see, we can see what we've written for that page, which is this bit of a description, and the sample page is obviously from the website itself that made it for us. And to actually like organize everything, including this sidebar with which is like we don't actually want this stuff, because we don't as of now we have a bit too much to deal with. we might want to leave the search bar just in case for users who want to search up specific pages on your website. But as of now, I'll just show you how to like get rid of stuff that you don't really want and that you actually want. So if we click on the site identity, we can actually change the site title and the tagline. So it's pretty straightforward. So you just want to click on John Brown website or your own website name. My first website. So sometimes for most people, they would not want the tagline to be right below the site title. So if you actually do not want the tagline, all you have to do is display. Oh, actually, it's not right there. If you actually don't want anything, you can actually just delete it, and it would just go away. And for the site icons, then this might be different, but sometimes you can just like upload some. You can actually upload some icons, and they will actually just show up sometimes on the header or as a background. So once you upload any icon, you would just wait until it finishes, and then would just click on select. And it's always going to ask you to crop an image, so it would fit correctly. So I'm just using this as an example. I know it's going to be a bad crop, so just like move it around until you get it right. You can obviously just like move this if you want. And then once you're done, just click on crop image. And this site icon would serve as like your icon for your site. So like if someone bookmarks your site on like a Google Chrome page, it would like for my website markpress.tag, it would actually just show the logo or whatever photo you used as an upload. So it would just show up right there, and it would actually be really easy to for users to memorize. Oh yeah, I can actually go to that website. And to finalize all of these changes, you would just click on publish, and then you would just like click on the exit, and then you would just and then it would just take you to that page. But we still want to customize, so we're just gonna click on the back button, and let's just add a background. So let's see, background. Usually I would recommend choosing like clean colors. So for example, we can choose this dark blue one, and let's just save it for now. So click on select image, and here you want to click on upload files since we're going to upload more, and just wait until it loads, and then click on choose image. Nice, we have a background on our website. So sometimes if you have like a really long page on your website, and it just like, and what I mean by that is that you have to keep on scrolling for quite a while. Sometimes the background won't actually fill out the entire page. It might be missing, or it'll try to repeat itself. And so the best fix for this would just be on click on the preset option and just fill screen. So you wouldn't really have to worry about it. You don't really have to worry about the background looking too ugly. And to finalize these changes, we click on publish, and let's go back. Okay, for the menu, this is basically the page bar, the one that we've been talking about. So here you want to actually change this if you want. To do so, you're gonna want to create a new menu, and we're just gonna call this menu. It doesn't really matter what you name it. And see, for the primary, this is optional. You can obviously skip this if you want. So we're just click on next, and we're just gonna add items. So for the menu, we're gonna add the home page, the awesome page, and we obviously don't want our own sample page. So yeah, just click on publish, and we're actually going to check this box, so it's actually considered primary. So this is going to be the main menu for our website. So obviously we set only 2 pages to our website, and and it shows them correctly. So it's right here. Again, we're gonna click on publish, just finalize the changes. And for widgets, now this is the real part. For the widgets, it's gonna be on the right hand sidebar, so it's around here. So we can just move this around if we want. So as I said, for the metadata, we actually don't really need this. So all you have to do is click on the drop down menu, and we're gonna click on remove. If you want the categories, we can remove them, and I'm also just gonna go ahead and remove some of these as well. And sometimes I don't actually like to remove the recent post, because sometimes my viewers on my website would like to see what I've posted before, so I would just leave this alone. And this depends on you. If you want the search bar for your viewers to look up, then go ahead. But I would kind of just I would know what I want posted on my website, so I would just kind of leave it. I would just actually hide the search bar. But if you're just starting out, I just leave the search bar there. So since we went over on how to create a page, let's go on over on how to create a blog post. So it's actually not going to be really different at all. It's going to be similar, like literally exactly same thing of creating a page. So all we have to do is go back to our dashboard, click on post, and let's just click on add new. Same thing. So whichever title you put in, it's gonna be part of the permalink of that page. Sorry, on that post. So let's say cool blog post, and just write out any content you want. So hey, this is a blog post. Feel free to comment down below. So once you're done, just click on publish. And also, before we go to the blog post, I actually want to show you guys a neat trick. So go to pages, and sometimes you actually want comments enabled on your pages just in case, so that viewers can give feedback onto that page. And sometimes it's not enabled by default. So to quickly set that up, all you have to do is go to the pages dashboard, and you just want to click on quick edit, and you would just want to allow comments and update. So that's just a quick tip for sometimes sometimes it doesn't really work that well. And I think sometimes this is the same goes with the blog post, but most of the time these are enabled by default. As you can see, it's already checked, so we don't really have to do anything. So we can just click on cancel, and we can go back to the website. As you can see, since the home page is considered the blog post page, we'll see our latest blog post, which is called cool blog post. So if we just click on it, we can see what we had. And just to demonstrate how easy it is to just post a comment, just hey, nice blog post comment. And oh yeah, since this is me, you'll see my face, and you'll see my comment. Last but not least, we're gonna talk about how to install plugins and make them as extensible as possible for our website. So basically, plugins add more functionality to the website. So let's say if you're missing some sort of let's say an image carousel, which basically just slides a gallery back and forth, swiping images left and right. We actually don't have that built into our website, so we actually need a plugin for that for it to work. So to do so, we're gonna go to our dashboard. And before we install the plugin, we're actually going to make a separate page just to show you guys how it actually works. So let's just click, we're just going to create a new page. So add new page. And we're just going to name it our image carousel. I have spelled that wrong. Let's see. There we go. This is a preview of a working image carousel. And we're just gonna click on publish. So that's so that we can just already save it. And now we're gonna click on plugins so that we're gonna add new. And on the plugin store, there's so many image carousels that it's actually really hard to choose one that will best work for us. But I'm just going to be straight up with you. I'll just tell you which one works the best for me and is actually really simple to use. And that would be called Meta Slider. Meta Slide. Sometimes it doesn't really, the search functionality is a bit clunky sometimes. But usually we just scroll down here until you would find it. As for me, it's right here, Meta Slider. I did spell that correctly on search engine. I'm not sure why it didn't work. So after you install it, obviously you just click on activate. And the location of this plugin will be somewhere in your left-hand sidebar. So for me, it's all the way in the bottom right here. So we just click on it. And so this is basically like the template to create the image carousel. So obviously we're just gonna click on add a new slideshow. And let's say add a slide. I added an Apple image earlier, so we're just gonna use those. So for the image carousel, let's use 3 images. So we're obviously gonna choose these. Let's add them to the slideshow. These this takes a while to load. And here we have all the 3 images. So if you actually want, to, let's say we want the apple to show first, we would just literally just drag it all the way up. And if we want the background to be second, we would just do the same thing. And you can just move these around to whatever you need. And before you actually click on save, you can actually click on preview to actually get a view of how it would look like. So obviously not all the images would fit, and let's say you're facing this issue. So all you would have to do is scroll all the way down, click on advanced settings, and you would just click on image crop, and you want to click on standard. And stretch, so you want to stretch the entire image. And you would just click on save, click on preview. And sometimes this depends, because the image, they're always how I say, the plugin is always being updated, so sometimes the settings might be different. Because I did remember this did work for me. So I think it's actually, you have to disable the crop, because disabling crop doesn't crop anything. So obviously, which means that it's going to show the entire image. So let's click on save, and yes, it does. All the images are shown in their fullest context. And to actually add this image carousel to our page that we created not too long ago, we would copy this shortcode, and the shortcode is basically like a reference to our slideshow for it to show. That does sound like a lot, but don't worry. This is like, so you would just copy it and just go to the page that you want to paste it in, and it's obviously this page that we created not too long ago. And this is basically going to show the slideshow that we've created. So you want to remember, click on update so the page applies to the latest things that we changed. We're going to view the page. As you can see, now we have an image carousel that we can actually just go back and forth here. And if you want to add this on your menu bar, which we actually don't, all you have to do is click on customize, and it's in the menu section. So you just click on menu and then menu, and then you would just simply add items, and then you would just drag the image carousel or click on the plus sign. As you can see, it's right there, so we can just publish the page and click on exit. And now we have the page on our menu bar. So that wraps it up for today. So thank you for watching my video. If you would like to watch more of my videos, just click on one of the two videos on the left hand side. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.